Sabi nila na pag private ay iigyan serbisyo. Tandaan natin na ang private interest ay profit. Ang public interest ay service. So dapat manatili tayo sa ganong konsepto.
However, the LRTA spokesperson explains it is better to let the private sector handle train operations and maintenance, for the government can no longer shoulder the subsidy. Currently, about 40 to 60 pesos per passenger is being paid for by the government. He reiterates that no fare adjustment will be imposed until basic station services are improved.
Hindi pa kasama rito yung pagdadagdag ng tren sa MRT or sa Line 1, kasi it would take time. On the average yan, mga 2 years pa.
Some commuters are in favor of the pending fare adjustment but with certain conditions.
Kung tatasan po yung ng MRT, okay lang po kung walang pilang ganito. Okay lang po. Kasi naman po, baka po tasan tapos ganito pa rin yung pila everyday.
But for many, they'd rather be spared from additional expenses.
Ay, wala po tayong magagawa kung gusto nilang itaas, pero kung maaari lang sana wag tumaas ang MRT. Hindi po kasi mahirap po ang pera ngayon.
Jali Bilhera, Solar News.
Binondo was again host to celebrations of the Chinese New Year. Many said this year's celebration was far grander and jovial than previous years. AC Nichols tells us more.
Streets in Binondo, the Chinatown district in Manila, were almost impassable to vehicles on Sunday. Festival goers flocked to the area as they participate in festivities for the celebration of the first day of the Lunar New Year. Everybody was in a joyful mood as they watch and take pictures of performances, especially the traditional lion and dragon dances. For many, this year's Chinese New Year celebration proved to be more grand and festive.
So far, mas masaya dito this year compared previous year na talaga konti lang ang tao. Nagkataon din ng Sunday. So marami mga walang pasok.
Itong taon na to mas masaya kaysa nakarang taon. Kasi maraming mga nag-show ng mga tagod dance.
Ano pong napansin niyo? Ano pong pagkakaiba?
Mas maraming tao ngayon kaysa dati.
Mas festive na yon. Tsaka masaya. Busog na kami ng husband ko.
Bakit yung muna sabi na parang mas masaya ngayon?
Parang mas maraming tao ngayon. Tsaka marami nakikiselebrate na Pinoy.
Vendors took advantage of the festivities, which lure not only members of the Chinese community, but Filipinos and foreign tourists alike. Water snake figurines were the choice souvenir of this year's Chinese New Year. Chinese lanterns and Lucky Charms vendors also tried to take advantage of the large crowd. The Manila Police District, however, observes that the crowd of festival goers on Sunday have lessened compared to Saturday, when more people came to usher in the 2013 Lunar New Year. Although the crowd estimate lowered, around 500 MPD personnel were still deployed to the area to ensure peace and order throughout the festivities.
Alam nyo, sa ngayon marami tayong nakatalagang pulis dito sa pagdiriwang ng Chinese New Year, na kung saan ang bawat kanto ay may makikita kayo mga uniforming pulis upang masiguro na itong pagdaraos ng bagong taon o Chinese New Year ay maging mapayapa.
AC Nichols, Solar News.
Let's now get the sports wrap with Gino Rufino. Gino?
Thanks, Mai. Got some football news, an update on the PGA Tour and the NBA Daily lined up. But we start the sports wrap, serving you up some tennis news. Argentine Horacio Zeballos sprung a major surprise by beating the comebacking Rafael Nadal 6-7, 7-6, 6-4 to win the Chilean Open on Sunday and clinch the first title of his career. World number 73 Zeballos held his nerve in the final set, breaking Nadal when he was serving to stay in the match to seal victory after almost 3 hours in the Pacific Coast city of Vina del Mar. FedEx Cup champion Brandt Snedeker maintained his sizzling form this season by moving into a two-way tie for the lead with fellow American James Hahn after the third round of the Pebble Beach National Pro-Am on Saturday. Snedeker, helped by a run of 5 birdies and 6 holes around the turn, fired a 4-under par 68 that left him at 12 under 202 and level with PGA Tour rookie Hahn, who carded a 6-under 66 at Spyglass Hill, the most difficult of the 3 venues being used this week. Cristiano Ronaldo helped Real Madrid prime its attack for its highly anticipated Champions League clash with Manchester United by scoring his 21st career hat-trick in a 4-1 home win over Sevilla. After a defensive blunder let Karim Benzema open for Madrid 18 minutes in, Ronaldo unleashed an unstoppable strike to double the advantage in the 26th. The Portuguese star then went on to find the back of the net twice more after halftime. Ronaldo did his best to make amends for his own goal that cost Madrid a loss at Granada in the last round, with his 22nd, 23rd, and 24th goals in La Liga this season. Only Barcelona's Lionel Messi, with 34, has scored more. Madrid remain in 3rd place on 46 points, trailing their arch-rivals Barcelona by 13 points. 10 games in the NBA today, including a classic triple overtime thriller in Beantown, but you'll have to watch that one on the Solar Sports Desk. Right now, let's head to the Barclays Center, where a struggling Nets team face a depleted Spurs roster. Despite the Spurs playing without Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili, the Nets couldn't take advantage, although the hosts were up by 6 points at the break, as Brook Lopez led the way with 18 points and 9 boards to go along with 2 blocks, while Joe Johnson added 19 points of his own. Then, the Spurs came out in the second half and blitzed the Nets, outscoring them 60-29 in the final 2 periods. Tony Parker led the way with 29 points and 11 assists, while Danny Green added 14 points as the Spurs win 111-86. For more on the NBA and a complete wrap of the sports today, tune into the Solar Sports Desk tonight at 10:30 p.m. In the meantime, log on to www.solarsportsdesk.ph for all the latest in the world of sports. That's all for now. I'm Gino Rufino. Back to you, Mai.
Now, an eyewitness blamed the police for causing a stampede that killed several Hindu pilgrims in India. That and more in this Around Asia update from Claire Sildran.
Indian media reported that at least 36 people were killed in Allahabad, India after a stampede occurred at the city's railway station. People were on their way home after taking a holy dip in the Ganges River during one of the most auspicious days of the Kumbh Mela religious festival. An eyewitness said police waved batons at the crowd, causing the public to panic, leading to the stampede. In South Korea, hundreds of Korean and U.S. Marines braved sub-zero temperatures to train in winter warfare. Soldiers stripped off their shirts and flung snow at each other during a joint military drill aimed at increasing cooperation and endurance. This year's exercise was made amid high tension in the region due to a possible third North Korean nuclear test. And over the weekend, fireworks lit up the skyline of Beijing as Chinese welcomed the Year of the Snake. Residents braved freezing temperatures to let off brightly colorful fireworks with clouds of smoke in the air. Feng Shui practitioners said the year ahead would see financial markets go higher as optimism grows, but the risk of disasters and territorial disputes in Asia remain at hand. Claire Sildran, Solar News.
At least 9 people were killed after a mammoth blizzard pummeled northeast of the United States over the weekend. Claire Sildran is back with this world update.
The northeast of the U.S. was digging out on Sunday after a blizzard dumped up to 40 inches of snow with hurricane-force winds. Authorities said the historic blizzard left at least 9 people dead and thousands without electricity. A tornado also touched down in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, causing significant damage. Weather forecasters said another round of severe weather could bring more misery with freezing rain and more snow in the region.
In Cuba, the Colombian government and the Marxist FARC rebels said their talks aimed at ending half a century of conflict was making progress towards an agreement on land reform. Speaking as they ended their latest rounds of negotiations in the Cuban capital, negotiators signaled the public acrimony they displayed in recent weeks did not reflect what was happening behind closed doors. The talks were built on a 5-point agenda addressing issues that provoked and prolonged the war, starting with land reform and rural development. And in Chile, a magnitude 5.7 earthquake struck off the country's central region, causing buildings in the capital of Santiago to sway. Authorities said no injuries or major damages were reported. The quake struck 22 miles southwest of Valparaiso at a depth of 21.8 miles. A magnitude 5 aftershock hit nearby at a depth of 14.7 miles. Claire Saldran, Solar News.
Menchu Macapagal now joins us for the latest in entertainment. Menchu?
Thanks, Mai. A-list musicians and producers gathered at the 55th Annual Grammy Awards as Gaultier, Fun, and Mumford & Sons took home the night's top honors. British folk band Mumford & Sons picked up 2 Grammys, including the coveted Album of the Year award for Babel. Meantime, indie pop band Fun was crowned Best New Artist and won the Song of the Year for its hit, We Are Young. And who would forget Gaultier's Somebody That I Used to Know? Well, that won him the Record of the Year award, plus 2 more Grammys for the Best Pop Duo Performance for that song and the Best Alternative Album for Making Mirrors. British singer Adele also added another trophy to her name, winning the Best Pop Solo Performance for Set Fire to the Rain, while American Idol winner Kelly Clarkson took home the Pop Vocal Album Award, besting other artists including Florence and the Machine, Maroon 5, and Pink. The show was filled with stunning performances from Taylor Swift, who brought the circus on stage with her hit We Are Never Getting Back Together. Duets from British artists Ed Sheeran and Elton John, and Maroon 5's Adam Levine and Alicia Keys. Really awesome performances. Now on to some serious business. Seems like artists got the memo from CBS as there were no wardrobe malfunctions at the awards night. Some artists, however, didn't cover up enough despite being asked to dress appropriately. Jennifer Lopez, who caused a stir a few years ago when she appeared at the Grammys wearing a gown with a neckline that dropped below her navel, wore a black off-the-shoulder ensemble that had a slit up her thigh on one side. Katy Perry, meanwhile, bared her cleavage in a green gown, but Beyoncé opted to cover up in a black pantsuit. It was a very serious look for her. Meantime, a married couple confronts the challenges that come with aging as they both get to their 40s. Starring Paul Rudd and Leslie Mann, This Is 40 takes us to the life of Pete and Debbie a few years after the events in the movie Knocked Up, the 2007 American romantic comedy drama. The film will hit local cinemas on February 20th.
We have to have more patience with the kids. We have decided to cut back on all of the electronics we use.
What? You need to get outside more.
You could build a fort. Do what in the fort? You need to develop your imagination. You don't need technology. No technology. Charlotte, put that down. We're in it together. We're a team.
I need you to look at something.
Can we just keep the small shred of mystery in our relationship?
I saw you have babies. Payback time.
Oh, that promises to be hilarious. And that is the latest in entertainment. I'm Menchu Macapagal. I'll see you again tomorrow for more updates on your favorite celebrities. Back to you, Mai.
Thanks, Menchu. And we have this piece of breaking news. According to the Italian news agency ANSA, Pope Benedict XVI will step down by February 28, 2013. The Vatican has confirmed the news. We will give you more details on this as they become available. And those are the top stories this hour. I'm Mai Rodriguez. Keep it here on the Solar News channel. Solar Nightly News comes your way at 9 p.m. Solar Daybreak starts your day at 7 a.m. Solar Newsday keeps you updated at 12 noon, and Solar News Cebuano delivers the news in the local tongue at 12:30 p.m. Thanks for watching Solar Network News. Have a good evening.